The majority of hunters know that Boone and Crockett Club measuring system is the most common way to score white-tailed deer antlers, but many don't know how to properly score a harvested buck. Here on their website, if you click on Big Game and you go down to Score Your Trophy and the PDFs, you can click on Typical Whitetail and Coos Deer, and it brings up a diagram. Now we're going to look at this very similar diagram and talk about the terminology of the typical white-tailed deer and what you should be looking for to score yours. The first term we're going to talk about is point. To be a point, the projection must be at least 1 inch long with the length exceeding width at 1 inch or more of length. All points measured from tip of point to nearest edge of beam. The beam tip is also counted as a point, but is not measured as a point since its length is included in total beam length. You've got to make sure that when you're measuring these points that you think of the cutoff right there at the beam and that it would be horizontal. You're looking right there horizontal so that it makes a perfect cut. Abnormal points are those non-typical in their location, such as points originating from normal point, the bottom or sides of the main beam, or extra points beyond the normal pattern of points. For an example of an abnormal point, look at an item E in the photo below. There are 2 examples. Beam length. The measurement from the bottom of the burr to the tip of main beam. Item F in the photo is an example of the main beam measurement. G's. The letter G is used to name normal antler points. G1 refers to the first point on an antler. This is typically the location of the brow tine. If the brow tine is missing, the G1 is missing. G2, then G3, and so on. A normal 8-point buck would have a G1, G2, and G3. H's. The letter H is used to refer to circumference of a buck's antler. H1, H2, H3, and H4 refer to the locations on an antler where circumference or mass measurements are taken. Regardless of the number of points, only 4 H's or circumferences are taken on any buck. Keep in mind that all measurements are taken to the nearest 1/8 inch. Record 1/2 as 4/8 inch and it will make the math easier.